Like and subscribe.
I'm late to this. 3 weeks ago, I should have watched it.
Valve dropped 3 absolute bombs today. The Steam Frame standalone VR headset, that's going to have to be a separate video. But this one focusing on the new Steam Machine. And yes, the wait is finally over, the 2026 edition Steam controller. Let's start with a little history. Over 10 years ago, Valve announced their first version of SteamOS, a Linux-based operating system that would free gamers from the shackles of Microsoft Windows. Oh, it was a total commercial flop. But instead of giving up on Steam machines, Valve doubled down, working with game developers on Linux native ports of their games and with open source developers on the Proton compatibility layer that makes their Steam Deck handheld out of the box compatible with thousands of Steam games, even ones that only ever shipped on Windows. The Steam Deck is believed to have sold millions of units at this point, and no wonder, given its great balance of solid gaming and outstanding affordability. But its mobile form...
I might switch next time. I'm currently like, I don't know, am I tied to Windows? No, I don't think so. I use a lot of open source stuff. Yeah, I think I could switch, but I don't know, just comfortable.
Certain limitations and left gamers hungry for something more substantial. And well, here it is. I'm calling it the lunchbox. 1, because it's substantial, like lunch. 2, because it's cube-shaped,
it's
like
pretty
a box.
big.
And 3, because I think this thing is going to eat Xbox's lunch. Okay.
Open source stuff. I mean, like editing software, DaVinci Resolve. I'm glad I just switched from Premiere Pro, which I had a license for. 100%.
This segue to our sponsor.
Damn, the fee when I cancelled, oh man, that really got me, dude. My next PC I'll probably switch to Linux.
Has become typical.
You want a license? Is that a license?
Open about the new Steam machine, giving us direct access to the engineering folks who worked on these devices.
As Americans say, it's twat. I don't know how you can. I hear Taliban say that, man. It's like, what the fuck?
Have today was time, so we're going to get through this as fast as we can. At the heart of the Steam machine is a 6-core AMD Zen 4-based CPU that turbos up to 4.8 gigahertz with 16 gigs of RAM and an 8 gig GPU that they compared to a 7600 XT-ish. But they were also quick to point out that it might not be apples to apples thanks to their custom software stack and power tuning. Basically, the goal was that pretty much anything on Steam should run at 4K 60 FPS if you're willing to turn down the details and use a little bit of FSR upscaling.
A little bit? A lot, man.
Running in the demo room at these settings. Valve says to expect about 6 times the performance of the Steam Deck.
It's kind of unfair to use a Cyberpunk now. It's so optimized. It's like when you use that as a benchmark, that's not going to reflect the fucking other games, man. They spent so much time in Cyberpunk. Like optimizing shit.
To not see an SoC with shared memory, but apparently the decision to go for discrete CPU.
Oh yeah, it's different. I got it wrong. It's not even an APU, man. It's like separate.
GPU came down to balancing cost, power, size, and performance, and also they just didn't feel like they needed to. And I guess Valve was right, because they nailed this thing. Compared to a more traditional ITX small form factor machine like the OG Steam machine reference design, you can see that it's a lot smaller.
Jeez.
More on par with a highly integrated design like something like the Framework Desktop. Investment disclosure. Like the Framework Desktop, Valve allows customization of the front panel.
They nailed it, man. Look at the fins, man. I think that was... With that video, the announcement video, that was the only thing I got right, was the fins.
Using these magnetic plates, and they're going to provide the CAD files, so you can put whatever your heart desires on here. They even had a machine in the demo room with an e-ink display.
Oh, shit.
System vitals. Pretty darn cool. But unlike the Framework, it has a programmable RGB strip in the front that could be used to...
You're telling me I can watch certain
personalize your style, or maybe show a progress
can read on
bar
that.
while you
Yep.
switch your TV input
Reading.
and wait for your game to be downloaded. The sky's kind of the limit. The front of the device has a power button, micro SD slot, 2 USB 3 5 gigabit per second ports. Then the rest of the I/O is in the back, where you'll find 2 USB 2 Type A ports,
Dude.
a USB-C 10 gigabit per second port, no display port on
That's so confusing when they're not colored. Yeah.
there. That is worth
No.
noting. Gigabit Ethernet, power in for the integrated power supply. Good gravy, this thing is compact. As well as an HDMI 2.0 and DisplayPort 1.4 port. It is worth noting that
2.0.
HDMI 2.0 port, they have tested it at HDMI 2.1 speeds, but there are a couple of features that are not implemented, so they can't call it HDMI 2.1. Also, we have a large 120 millimeter cooling fan that draws air from
Look at that
both
shit,
the
man.
intake on the bottom that comes up through the power supply, as well as the
Open it.
large
Drop it, Linus.
heatsink on the front.
Drop it.
We're going to crack this thing fully open in a sec, but first I want to talk about the Steam controller. No, not that Steam controller, the new one.
I say color different. What?
The exact same
Does that
name.
mean?
Before you ask,
It sounds the same.
yes, I made my case to Valve that this is unnecessarily confusing. No, they're not going to change it. The good news is Valve learned a lot from the first Steam controller, and this appears to be their most
Dude,
complete
everyone
offering
hates it, man.
ever. To be fair, the original was really cool. I mean,
Was
it
it?
made non-controller games finally playable from the couch, thanks to their innovative haptic touchpad.
In ZTT, they fucking use it as a challenge, man. As a fucking handicap. What the fuck?
They also unlocked
Can't be that
novel
good.
input schemes with
One joystick. Just one joystick, and then like two. That's fine.
gesture control or like swiping with momentum. But they also turned off a lot of folks due to their deficiency of traditional joysticks. Well,
Yeah,
that's
one is really
solved.
good. I don't know, man. I need two of them to rub around. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yeah. The Steam controller is everything that is great about the controller on
This
the
one
Steam
looks
Deck,
good.
but usable
better.
when your Steam
Nice.
Deck is in docked mode, or with your Steam machine, or with any other
Dark
PC.
mode. I would.
Investment disclosure.
Shut up.
On the surface, it offers up a conventional ABXY button layout with a PlayStation-style symmetric joystick design that will work seamlessly out of the box with basically any game. The trackpads have been repositioned to better accommodate the arm's natural position while holding a smaller device compared to the wider Steam Deck, and all of the usual Valve buttons are included. A Steam button for opening the menu, their quick access button for bringing up the SteamOS overlay, 4 rear programmable buttons. The face buttons are satisfying with a nice amount of resistance, and the D-pad has been tuned from the Steam Deck for better feel. It feels okay to me, but
It looks
I only
better.
got a couple minutes with it before.
2 joysticks for Sultan. What? Okay, man.
Valve blew my
Spell it wrong, man.
joysticks are next-generation TMR or tunneling magneto-resistant joysticks, boasting superior accuracy and durability even compared to Hall effect joysticks. And the controller has been designed from the ground up for a superior gyroscopic aiming and mousing
Less
experience.
chance? Surely, I think. I don't know. I don't really use controllers too much, so like I've never had the chance to find like some sort of like stick drift at all.
Capacitive thumbsticks, and even capacitive grips, so you can configure your gyro to enable or disable depending on whether you put your thumb on the stick or
Dude.
configure your gyro. Capacitive thumb for a superior gyroscopic aiming or mousing experience with capacitive thumbsticks and even capacitive.
Remember, was it back in the day? I think it's Modern Warfare 2 was the card that everyone was playing, and you'd buy like these kits, right, for like the pedals at the back, so you can click more buttons and shit for like trick shotting. Oh man.
Capacitive grips.
No, you just get extra
you can
buttons.
Configure your gyro to enable or disable depending on whether you put your thumb on the stick or even by simply loosening your grip, say to recenter and then reactivate gyroscopic aiming. They had a great demo with Balatro showing how you can use the game's built-in controller compatibility like a pleb, or hear me out, trackpads with the right
Never say that. Never say "hear me out," man. Don't say that, dude.
ability like a pleb.
But yeah,
Hear me out.
that's what that was the main feature that I liked about it. you can just play most games. They don't need to be like controller compatible.
Trackpads with the right for movement and the left one split down the middle for left and right click. Or gyro mouse using the face buttons for clicks. And if you don't care about gyro aiming, these capacitive inputs are all remappable as well, opening up a whole world of possibilities. Let's go even deeper. In addition,
how deep are we talking? Tell us.
To the haptic, texture-like feedback that you know and love from Valve's previous touchpads, the Steam controller has been upgraded with large rumble motors for better immersion and a large battery that they claim should be good for 35 hours in the most demanding applications, and even better if you don't need quite as much rumble. But I haven't even talked about the best part. If you've ever gamed over Bluetooth, you know that it can be inconsistent at best. Valve's solution? The puck. Every Steam controller comes with a wireless dongle that clips magnetically to the Steam controller using a couple of nice, strong alignment magnets. And it uses a proprietary 2.4 gigahertz wireless interface that Valve claims is good for about 8 milliseconds end-to-end latency and offers up superior resiliency when you're using multiple controllers.
Bro, man.
It allows 4 controllers per puck, so that's not as good as the Xbox dongle, which can do 8. But Valve has tested up to 4
That's pretty cool.
on a single system for a maximum of 16 players, meaning that you're probably going to run out of seats on your couch before you run out of controller compatibility.
What I don't get is why is that not part of it? I feel like it should just be a part of it, right?
The last chef kiss on top is an IR emitter that's cozied up beside the power LED to help you find your controller when you're in VR. I love it. Now let's get back to the Steam machine who got naked while we were busy. Oh, you.
Not everyone has friends. But it's the whole point of it is that's the Bluetooth thing. It boosts the signal, or at least like that's what the Bluetooth thing is. So it doesn't matter about like actually playing with friends. You could just they should just add it in.
That is zero hassle.
Because you're getting the puck anyway for charging purposes. So it just makes no sense that you split that off, and now it's all for what? For like easier like magnetic. Dude, Apple has been doing magnetic like wires and stuff. You could just it's simple, man.
Admin game for the non-tinkerers. They really were laser focused on a console-like experience with quick suspend and resume and modern standby so that your games are already updated when you sit down to play. They also fully acknowledge that there are folks out there guilty, who are tinkerers, and they've come up with an ingenious design for this thing that allows it to cater to
Of course they did
audiences. In advance, no, you're not going to be swapping out the BGA soldered processors. But what you can do
is I know a couple of people, I've actually watched a couple of channels who do soldering and stuff. They just add like more VRAM onto like a graphics card or some shit. There's going to be someone out there. I'm going to watch it, a video of it, of them adding a different fucking GPU die.
Upgrade the storage with next to no hassle to a 2230 or larger 2280 sized M.2 drive. And while we couldn't go that deep today, Valve also confirmed that the memory uses
not deep enough
SODIMM slots.
RAM, let's not talk about RAM. Dude, RAM is crazy right now.
Finally, while Valve hasn't actually told iFixit that this product is coming yet, they did say that they're hoping to continue their partnership that they've had on the Steam Deck, making replacement parts available for end users.
Damn, Apple couldn't, man. They just couldn't.
Since we're in here, by the way, there are some really cool details
they could never, man.
The power supply, for one thing, is fully integrated to the point where it's actually part of the chassis, and the cooling solution pulls air directly through it, which avoids any need for it to have its own fan. The aforementioned Delta cooling fan is actually slightly thicker than the standard 25mm for extra static pressure, and it includes antenna mounts that are integrated into it, along with I/O mounts. Cool, right? Oh, this is actually a great look at the 4 antennas. So this is the back of the device where you have your 2 antennas for Wi-Fi 6E.
It's one of the best. I think I said that in the announcement video, that there's just no brick. That's crazy. They just added in.
And if we flip it around to the front, we've got one.
Again, if they could add the brick into the, why not just add the puck into the controller? whatever.
Antenna for Bluetooth peripherals, and another one that is dedicated to your Steam controller or controllers. So that puck that's included with your controller is actually extra, and you could chuck it on another PC or next to your couch for charging. A major question mark, though, is of course price. Valve wasn't able to give any specific numbers due to rapidly evolving market conditions, but they will obviously have.
I think I was wrong. It's not going to be 1,000. I'm pretty sure I said it would be 1,000. There's no way. I feel like that's too. It's going to be expensive. They said that it's going to be priced like a PC, but I don't think it's going to be like. It's going to be more expensive than the PS5 and the Xbox, but it's not going to be that expensive compared to.
The Steam Machine launches in Q1 2026 alongside the new Steam controller. They did give me one hint though. They said that while they expect it to be very competitively priced with a PC, that it will be priced like a PC, rather than like a console with games subsidizing the upfront hardware purchase. They wouldn't say why, but if I had to guess, I'd say it's partially to avoid stepping on the margin opportunities of their potential partners for Steam games and Steam software, but also because they recognize that the Steam Machine is a full-fledged PC, capable of being used as a full-fledged PC. There's no guarantee.
I don't think it will hit at 1,000. It'll be more expensive than what were the prices?
Steam software, but also because they recognize that the Steam Machine is subsidizing the upfront hardware.
750 and 650, 50. It won't hit 1,000. It just won't. 900. My bet, $8.99. It's gonna be $8.99 and 99 cents. That's gonna be the price.
Purchase. They wouldn't say why, but if I had to guess, I'd say it's partially.
No, it's not. I don't think it will even be close to 1,000. It's gonna be 900, man.
To avoid stepping on the margin opportunities of their potential partners for Steam games and Steam software, but also because they recognize that the Steam Machine is a full-fledged PC, capable of being used as a full-fledged PC. There's no guarantee then that, say, a corporate purchase of 10,000 of these things would result in a single game sale. So they really do need to protect the sustainability of their hardware business. Another major question mark is, where the heck is standalone SteamOS for custom PC builders?
True.
Well, we aren't going to get a formal SteamOS release for.
Because we just have Bazite. I might just wait for the Valve, the actual Valve thing, SteamOS.
BYO hardware configurations anytime soon, but Valve has expanded the list of supported third-party devices, and they have supported.
PlayStation is more powerful than a Steam Machine. It's like, Can I think of an analogy? Is all right, got one. Is the difference between a motorbike and a car in LA. Which would you rather have in LA traffic?
The Steam Deck recovery image on AMD CPU and GPU systems for some time, and recently updated it to support their latest Zen 5 and RDNA 4 architecture processors. So nothing prevents you from building your own Steam machine and installing the software for free, though you will miss out on some things. HDMI CEC control, for instance, required Valve to build a custom motherboard in order to have your computer turn on alongside your AV receiver. And to get that on a BYO PC would require some serious cooperation between hardware makers that I don't know if we should hold our breath for. But the bulk of the experience should work pretty much out of the box. We may even get a release that supports
good one out of the shut up lines.
A broader range of hardware in the future. But the vibe I'm picking up on around here is
gonna be one, right?
Depends on better support for Intel and especially NVIDIA GPUs.
This is really good, man. For OS, for Linux wise, and AMD kinda sucks right now, to be honest. They're kinda shitting it right now, but self-inflicted.